Welcome to Who Put This On, Season 6, Episode 16, where we watch Shipwrecked, Series 9, Episode 1. This week, we are the Challenge Feeder Show again, and I'm Chris Lorenz.
I went to prep school, and I was really naughty. This is Brian.
Oh, man. Y'all so close to me. You're breathing on me. I'm James.
I'm the Kim K of the podcast. I'm Courtney.
Is that Courtney with a K?
It is. Today it is.
Cool. I was sleeping in the sleeping bag, kind of like a condom, and I farted and I gassed myself. I'm Big Max.
All right, if it's your first time joining us, those are all references to the show we watched. Max, what was that show?
Hold on. I gotta change tabs.
I saw
I got it.
Go
Okay.
black right as you asked him the
Shipwrecked
question.
He got really
2019.
excited.
On two remote islands, two rival tribes, the Tigers and the Sharks, battle against each other in the ultimate popularity contest in paradise. In each episode, new arrivals land ashore where they'll spend a day and night with each tribe. Both the Tigers and Sharks will do whatever it takes to win the new arrivals over in a bid to prove that they are the better island.
Anytime you said sharks, I wanted to say sharks, sharks,
Sharks,
sharks.
sharks.
So
Also, wait a minute. By any means necessary.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
okay. We thought going into this was going to be a Survivor show, and it is not.
It's very true.
hold on one second. If you're joining us for the first time, we watch a different reality show each week, discuss a minute detail, if it's good or bad. My bad, I screwed up the opening. So let's get back to our regular scheduled program. And you're right, this isn't Survivor. It is very much like a party bip, where if you have to have the best party going on and the hottest ladies or the hottest men, because those are the people that are going to have the more people, you know?
It's mind-blowing that the goal is to not kick people off, but to recruit people.
Yeah. You never see that.
It's a very interesting dynamic.
I gotta say, it's a good way to get the show kind of going with a smaller amount of people, which does make it a little friendlier or more inviting at first.
Yeah.
A little less intimidating compared to, say, the challenge with like 45 people on it on episode 1.
Even Naked and Afraid of Love was like
It was
16
so
people.
many
and it was
people.
Too many
impossible.
people.
Yeah, this show did a really good job of introducing 9 people, 43 minutes, and then they split up into 2 tribes. And it's fun because they're all together and like hanging out for this whole episode. And at the end, they split up. And the real show starts next week. But I feel like I got a good sense of what the show already is without having to see the real format of the show.
Sure.
And I got a real, I know who all these people are, realistically. Right?
Yeah, and you got to see them interacting with kind of everybody. You have a feel for who they are, which pretty impressive for 43 minutes.
Yeah. So I feel like a good way to go through this is we'll just go as these people get introduced.
Sure.
And introduce the drama that they have.
Yep.
A lot of drama.
Is this in relative order to how they appeared on the
Yeah,
show?
yeah, I have them written down in
'Cause
order.
that's a good way to do it because it's also critical to the plot of like how the teams and things unfold later.
Yeah.
And keep in mind.
Side note, if you'd like to watch the show along with us, it is available on Hulu.
It's true. This is also a British show. So if you really like to hear a lot of British accents, this has like 20. And
Yeah.
I'm not even sure how there are 20 with 9 people.
We had to rewind a bit to understand what they were saying at some points.
All right. So the first person on the island is Courtney's namesake, Liv.
Kim K.
She's the Kim K of the family.
Mm-hmm.
She has some drama going on later in the episode with a certain someone we'll get to. And that's a reference to my quib at the beginning. Second person we've got is Tom, or I like to call him No T-Shirt Tom. No Shirt Tom.
It's very accurate.
He wears a shirt one time and there are no buttons on that shirt. He is essentially, he comes on the island with, they just come on the island in their swimsuits and we're like, are they really going to like Naked and Afraid with is that what they're doing with nothing? And no, they just have a suitcase on the island already.
Yeah.
The first 15 minutes of the show, you're led to believe it's much more Survivor-esque.
Yeah, because they're like, let's make a fire,
Rice. chop some coconuts.
They're chopping coconuts. They're like, he's talking about tools.
They
gonna
were
say-
given tools and a shelter,
Tom was very excited about the tools.
yes.
Yeah.
Especially the drill.
They were perfect. They were perfect.
When he shows up, Liv was not impressed. She said he talks too much, and I will say they edited it to look like this guy talked way too much.
He probably does, but
Yeah.
like, who cares?
Yeah.
No, Tom was friendly and stuff. He seemed like one of the people that was going to give you some advice whether you asked for it or not.
Yeah.
I think that's a good way to put
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
The one thing that I love about Tom is he loves milk. They were going to do this thing where they were going to go pick something up and bring it back to camp, and they all thought it was going to be food. And his line that they edited in was like, "I hope it's milk. I love milk."
That should have been one of our
I live for
opening
milk.
things.
Yeah.
That's good.
I forgot about that. That was
Uh,
good and creepy.
It was very interesting.
Just seemed out of place on like a deserted island
Yes.
that you're shipwrecked on.
Like,
I always crave
it's-
milk in the sun.
It's hot out here.
Oh
I really want a cold glass of milk, but like even if there was milk, it wouldn't be cold. Like
No.
you've got to be kidding me.
No. They're gonna have a fridge. Where are they else gonna keep all the alcohol? They got beers later.
Well, they did get alcohol later. Was it? I don't remember. What
There
they
was
were
a
really
crate of a box of alcohol showed up.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it had some ice in it. Who knows?
Right.
Mm.
I don't think it doesn't appear that they have refrigerators, at least so far.
It is. You
It's
do
not- it's
make a
not-
good
it's not-
point,
yeah.
Brian. Like, is this just going to be like a challenge party day? Everyone, like every third day or whatever.
I think you need that. I think that's how you attract the people to your tribe. Like, well, there's gonna be a party every day.
Well, okay. So the real format of the show is
It's going to be
Two-
a party
two-
every other night.
well,
'cause
it's
the
two
format
new
of the
people
show.
come in, and then they spend one day with one tribe, and then they swap to the other tribe, and then there's some sort of party.
No, they said they spend one day and one night with each tribe. And
Yeah.
so that day, then they have the party that night. The other tribe is not partying. They're doing relaxing.
I thought it was like that they come in
A
together
group party?
the third day, and they pick.
Oh.
I thought it was the group party.
I thought it was like each island gets to put on their party. You got to like show up.
Well,
and,
I
like,
mean-
that's
I
the
think
better
they
party.
do that too.
I guess we'll just have to watch more to find out.
Episode
Yeah, you'll
2,
have
here
to
we
figure it
come.
out. You have to figure it out. I really thought Max at the end of this, he was like, "Hold on, we're gonna put on episode 2."
I thought
I
so too.
literally thought you were gonna say that.
No. Very rarely am I going to watch an episode of something and say, I can't review this yet. I need episode 2.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. The next person that get introduced is Kush, the self-proclaimed director of fun.
No, his work also proclaims that. It's not just self-proclaimed.
Well, I mean, the workplace wasn't on the show to like verify.
Fair.
Fair.
He,
What kind of technicality call is that?
We're really breaking it down tonight.
oh yeah. He's in the fitness business, and he says, "I recruit hot people" or something, or the
Mm.
famous.
Yeah, he
The
has some
creme
sort
de
of
la creme.
exclusive people at his company or whatever. Then we've got Kalia. I have no notes about Kalia.
She
She's the one
works in
from-
Chinese takeout food,
Oh yeah,
and she
okay.
used to play football or footy.
Well, she's a self-proclaimed like
British
tomboy into a lot of
football.
sports.
Yeah,
and she's
yeah.
originally from like Hong Kong and has that Chinese family mentality. I think
Yeah,
she
tough
referred to-
love.
Tough love.
Yeah. What
But
is
she's not
Does
that
she
typical.
have a job or just the?
I-
the
I think she
takeaway?
goes to school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She's part-time Chinese delivery. She won
No.
some sort of thing in college.
Chris, you're
being
so wrong.
hot.
She's an influencer. Okay, all of these
I think
people
they're
are
all
influencers.
influencers.
Well, one person flat out said that they were an influencer. I think I wrote that down. We'll get to there. We'll get Holly. Holly literally said that.
What a
And
job!
She seems to be the worst kind of social media influencer that like is just like, oh, you're at some like waterfall or you're just hanging out at the park and this person is taking like 8,000 photos to get the best photo.
How did you get all that already?
What,
he just
Holly?
knows.
I mean, to Chris's
She
point,
did say that. She said that I'm constantly taking photos, constantly asking people to take photos.
Oh, I think
what do
I
you
zoned
think
out
that
in her
means?
part. I think I zoned out in her part.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, she's pretty. I don't want to denigrate anyone, but she seemed pretty basic.
We
Yeah.
got zero info about this girl in the entire episode.
It seemed like her and Tom were hitting it off,
Yeah.
and I was very surprised. So Tom was the.
but Tom was disappointed that she wasn't milk.
That's,
Oh, shit.
that's true. But he was one of the people that picked the teams at the end, and he didn't pick her first, which was like, okay,
Spoiler alert.
that's
Yeah, whoa.
It's fine.
it's fine.
Next up, we got Chris.
Yeah, we have Chris. He runs a music festival.
Yeah, he never said which one. Did we ever determine?
Fire
it?
Festival.
No.
no.
Did we- oh man, the internet. Where's the internet?
Was this
corner?
2019?
Yes, it was.
Oh.
Oh man.
Well, it aired in 2019, so who knows when they
I
filmed
don't-
it.
I
Could
mean,
be.
they had to be setting up Fire Festival for a year before that, at least, or at least like setting it up in quotes.
He's the gay one, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So this
And he was giant. He was
he's a-
really tall.
Big
Yes.
dude with dreads. His mom died.
4 months
Uh,
ago.
A girl had a crush on him, so it was like, hey, so like, do you have any friends on the? I can't do a fucking accent. Are you interested in anybody on
What was
the?
that accent?
Shut up.
It was amazing. Was this your girl Liv?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Liv
Liv was the one.
Liv was like, hey, do you fancy anybody on the island? And he's like, well, I'm gay, and she got really mad.
She threw a coconut.
That
Yeah,
was
she
great.
stormed off through that
A
coconut.
full tantrum.
Yeah. So yeah, he's the tall one. Holly we talked about, but there's one thing I forgot to mention, which is another quib I would really wanted somebody to use, but no one wanted to. She said she's very, very single.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So if you're looking for somebody, this was 3 years ago, but maybe she's still
Maybe.
single.
Who knows where she is now?
She's very, very single. So, who knows how long it takes to get rid of that very, very.
Every year you chop one berry off.
Yeah. So,
Or do you
maybe-
add
She's just
one?
single. Oh, maybe.
Maybe she's single very, it goes
Mm.
negative, it goes to the other side. Then we got Emma. I have no notes about Emma.
She's
She's like blonde and she's like
no,
No,
she
she
describes
had-
herself as like hardcore feminists and stuff.
Oh, yes.
yeah.
Yes.
No,
She
I-
immediately does not like Tom, just to be very clear.
Mhm.
Well, that was before she even met Tom.
Or she knows.
She's on the
Oh.
same team as Tom.
she doesn't like that. She'd heard about a guy named Tom, and she's like, I don't like that he's leading things. Why does he have to lead things? And she hadn't met him yet.
She had a very hot statement to come in with, was like, I don't like when men assume leadership and then you come to this island and Tom's not leading, he's just doing the shit at the camp, and everyone else is like, oh, following him around. I don't know.
We'll see.
I definitely think Tom is a detriment to your team for this, unless
In terms of being fun,
You think so?
in terms of wanting to join their team. Tom, the one that talks a lot, that gets in your face.
He's
that-
cute. And he
Yeah.
does stuff.
All right. Well, there you go.
he's
Court-
got
I
the,
really
he's
am
got the
curious.
6-pack. I think for the right person, he could be an attractor, not a detractor.
I mean, 100%. I'm not saying he's an unattractive guy. He's no shirt Tom for a reason. No, he's not put a shirt on Tom. Okay.
If No Shirt Tom is making everyone dinner, I'm sure they'll be happy about it.
Yeah, that's fair.
His
Okay.
nickname is No Shirt Tom.
Yeah.
Well, so the question I have though is how important do we think the survival skills are gonna be to any part of the
0%.
Being successful on the
Well,
show?
that's what I'm wondering. Are they going to be able to win food and prizes and stuff? Or is Tom going to have to do all of the food and hunting and everything for them?
Because I tell you, I'll join the team that gives me fresh fish every day. or
Yeah,
whatever.
for sure.
That's fair. I don't know. I don't know what the format is. We can go in the Wikipedia hole in a second. Or somebody can. Speaking of, the reason why I think that there's no survival aspects in this is our girl Big T from the
Oh,
challenge.
Yes.
This is her OG show.
This is
where-
her origin story.
Yeah, this is where the feeder show comes in, and Big T is very much a princess in this show. She's like, you want me to do something? I'm just gonna sit on this unicorn, this inflatable unicorn, because it looks pretty comfy to sit on
And just chill
and just chill.
while everyone else is doing work. to
Not
be
just
very clear.
chill, but completely lay backwards and lounge.
Yeah, Big T's a lounger.
Do you think this is why her entrance to this show was in the middle of the ocean, away from everybody else?
Yeah.
It's true.
It's got to be as
We haven't
dramatic
really talked
as
about
possible.
how they picked up these last couple of people.
Yeah, once we get over Big T, we'll talk.
So
Okay.
if you don't know Big T, she is not a humongous person, but good size. But she's not an intimidating force. She's not known to be an intimidator. But she is a wig maker, and I didn't know that before the show. I knew she wore wigs, but didn't know that she made wigs.
me neither.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Learn something.
Well, she could
It's
be a former wig maker. Who
Well, it could
knows?
be. I feel like this first episode is a very different look from what we're used to seeing on the challenge.
Do you mean visually or personality?
In terms of the tone or the way that it was cut and like you're led to believe like who Big T is, she came across much more, I feel like, abrasive in this episode than she does in the challenge.
I mean, A, it's all editing. B, it's all the producers saying, hey, you have to be a bitch on this show.
Right. She was definitely, I would say, a bit abrasive at first on the show.
The challenge also happened like years later. She could have like matured and been like, "Oh yeah, I'm no longer going to be an asshole."
I don't think it was that long later.
I think
she's been on for a couple of seasons. This only aired 2 years ago.
Oh, you're totally right. Damn.
Big T probably, I think, the challenge really grew her up. I think that she's a little naive in this show. She's 26. She's older than everyone else.
It's her first show.
Her first show, and she's just like, "Ooh, this is my first." It's our first chance to really be with people. I think that aren't like super rich. It seemed like she's in like some sort of super rich bubble, and now she's not.
I don't know where you're getting the super rich from, but
What do you mean? She said that she had in her thing. She was like, I went to prestigious boarding school," and she's like, "Well, why don't we have we can have waiters and somebody to like do this and this at the party."
This is why I
like,
need captions, dude.
Yeah, she came off more of a rich, pompous person.
Okay.
Whether that was editing or not, I don't know. But I think that once you go from like you're around all these people, you're trying to make friends, like then you go to a new show that's like, it's very American. There's no, I think that it'll change you a bit. Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about how a couple people got introduced.
5 people just show up to the island, and then they receive. They notice that a flagpole is up, and apparently, when a flag is at the top of its, what is it called? Flagpole. It means shut up, shut Joe Trap. It means there's like a little mission on the rope. I'm having trouble retrieving words. Okay. Anyway, flags up. Go grab your mission. The mission is, hey, there are 3 places on the island you have to walk/canoe to. So this is when Tom is like, oh, I hope it's milk. No, it's Big T.
No, Big T was on the raft. Tom found Holly.
Yeah.
Whatever.
The other dude found Big T.
Chris did. You're right.
Chris.
They're all the same. But yeah.
So this is also, to Chris's point, this is where you kind of get a glimpse at Big T for obviously the very first time. She's out in this raft in the middle of the ocean. Chris rolls in on his kayak. He's like, all right, here's your paddle. And Big T's like, what do you mean? Just row me to shore. And so like you kind of get that first inclination of like, oh, she's gonna have to do some work, and she's not super used to it.
Yep.
But like, who knows? I gotta say a lot of editing, I'm sure.
I mean, she had high heels too, and when they got to the beach, who is it? Tom made he was holding the heels, and he was like trying to give them back to Big T, and Big T was like, "Oh no, and made him carry the heels all the way back to camp.
I mean, yeah. Big T.
Not a great look.
No.
Yeah. Who was the other one that they found? So
there was Holly
and Big T, and then
and
the third.
Emma,
Emma.
yeah, the feminist.
Nothing. Nobody.
Wow. I don't think she would take kindly to that.
I would just say
she didn't get a big presence on the edit.
The 2 girls, Emma and Holly, did not have a lot of presence in the episode we saw, and maybe we will see otherwise.
Yeah. You can only do so much. There's only so much time.
Yeah. And then after, so these 8 people get introduced. There's one more person. I think there's a lot of drama we got to talk about right now. They're like hanging out at night. They create a fire, and the producers make them play this like get to know each other game where they're like, you're going to read a statement, and then you're going to guess who it is, and then they're going to stand up. And then there was this one where somebody believes in
mermaids.
Mermaids.
Unicorns would have been better, but
and mermaids, and it was Liv. Liv believes in mermaids, and Big T just flat out said to her face that
that's so dumb.
That's so dumb, or like, and insinuated that she was dumb at the same time for thinking that.
And she says, "What did you say?" And Big T
all
says,
shit hit the fan.
That's so dumb.
Liv says that 95% of the ocean is undiscovered. So obviously the mermaids are there.
She had the facts.
Yeah.
She has the facts to back this up. And I think those are the same facts that people that believe in Sasquatch use.
And then Liv called Big T a dog,
Uh,
and it was on.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Although
Not
it
great.
seemed like Big T didn't really give a fuck. She just kind of walked away.
She wanted her to
She just
start
wanted
the
drama.
fight. Yeah.
She just kind of walked away, and Liv was livid. She
Haha.
was so
Ah.
angry.
That's why they call her Liv.
I don't think that's true, but
It works.
eventually they did patch it up and seem to be becoming good friends.
Well,
was
it's weird.
very
They
interesting.
argued for like a few minutes, and then they were like, "Okay, we're best friends now," and walked back to the fire.
I thought they were arguing for like hours.
You think hours?
It
No.
seemed like it's going on way too. Like people were starting to walk away, like going doing other shit. They're like, one dude, was it like Tom or somebody? He's like, I don't got time to like listen to this. Like just these two people argue. Like I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Like people were straight walking away. So that's why I was like, man, this must be going on for like an hour.
That's
but
so
maybe
funny.
there was just.
I was like,
nothing
maybe
else.
15 minutes.
The edit, it's hard to tell with the edit how long.
Who
it
knows?
was.
The thing is, this was just some of the most manufactured drama I've
Yeah.
seen. This
Yeah.
is the dumbest thing I've ever seen
Well-
on a reality show for fighting.
The way that I saw it, like, I've seen people tell me to my face that they like or they believe Bigfoot. You can listen to our Bigfoot pod. Go listen to it.
Yo, finding
And-
Big
and I-
great pod.
And
Great pod.
I've told them to their face that you're an idiot for believing that Bigfoot is real. And they're like, okay. I mean, like that usually most people are like, oh, okay, yeah. I mean, but it's a stretch. Like I believe what I believe. You leave me alone, whatever. We don't get a giant argument over the fact that I think Bigfoot is not real and that photo is obviously doctored and like whatever you think, you can think. But I've definitely insulted people for this before, and no one's like gotten a fight with me over it.
Yet.
It's fair. Come at me. Tweet at me if you think Bigfoot's real.
Tweet at him. Tweet at anything Bigfoot's real. Obviously, you're gonna get.
One more
Blow 'em up.
Big T versus Liv minutia. Liv says something like "Big T for twat" or something. I got a good.
T for twat.
Yeah.
That was good. The other Big T drama is there was the unicorn. We talked about how she laid on the unicorn, and somebody,
Inflatable unicorn.
yeah, and Liv was, I believe it was Liv, was like, "Get off my unicorn! You're gonna pop it!"
So yeah, I think people are allowed to bring one luxury item, and that was hers.
Yeah, and then we've got
Which wait, we can't just roll by that. Why is that?
James's
Gotta
face. He's
know.
like, "Come on, guys, talk more about
How
that."
is that? You get one luxury item on this show, which we understand is like bit of Survivor, bit of Love Island, bit of BIP, bit of like whatever,
We don't necessarily know the survivor yet.
and the popularity contest. Not that much Survivor, maybe, but like
Survivor.
Inflatable
You get to
unicorn
bring a
raft?
photo with you.
We don't know any other
I'm just
luxury
saying-
items.
Well, some
Why
guy
is
said
this
he
the one
brought.
luxury item?
Didn't he say he brought croquet game or
I
something?
definitely
or-
thought you were about to say cocaine.
Yeah, I mean, they wish
Yeah.
they did,
It's a
but
popularity contest.
Well, I was gonna say,
I
Are they
knew
on
you
Team
thought
Sharks?
the same thing, James.
Man, Team Sharks.
I was
Getting
gonna
after
say,
it.
I think it was Kalia that brought like flippers or something, like something, or a
Hmm.
snorkel,
or snorkel. Yeah,
Sure, yeah,
Seems
seems
that makes
very-
sense.
Yeah, it's very
especially with
reasonable.
the spear.
Yeah, you're gonna really get some fish
yeah.
that way.
I think as far as fun goes, though, the unicorn is okay. I think that's gonna like attract people to the island a little bit. It's like, oh, you got a floating unicorn. It's a
Unless
party
it
now.
pops in the first episode.
It's
Well,
kind of-
yeah. Don't fuck it up, Big T.
but it's kind of funny. Like we've watched a ton of these shows, and I don't think we've ever just seen like a straight out popularity contest that is described as such.
Hmm
What was the circle or what was that?
The circle
one?
is
Kinda-
probably the closest, yes, but we've never seen a group
Yeah, this one's a
popularity
group.
contest.
right, like just blatantly
Team- yeah.
obvious. Yeah.
Just like here's a team, here's a team. Who do you want?
Oh man, when this was aired in the UK, they filmed. It was like 15 episodes in like 15 days.
Wow.
Wow.
January 28th
Well,
to
actually-
February 15th.
I guess that's kind of the same format as Love Island,
Yeah,
which
it's
has
very
a new
similar.
episode every day.
There's a couple like skip days in there, but
Mm.
majority. To answer your question, there is eliminations in this. There are twists
Ooh.
where they do
Are there
elimination.
turns?
I hope there's turns.
They didn't say anything about turns.
Damn it.
every once like half the episode, somebody gets eliminated. Like there's elimination.
Are there prizes though?
There's
$50,000
$50,000 for the team. Gets to
Pounds, Chris.
Pounds.
You know what I meant. They can just split with the most populous team.
Oh no! So you don't want to
That's
get too many
brutal.
people though.
No, you need the most people.
Shit,
win.
but then the
You
more
don't
people
get
you
any
gotta
money.
split it. How many people you got to win this thing?
I don't know.
Shit, if you
Does
got
it-
like 10 people, you're like, you're only getting 5.
Well, that's why there's eliminations. People leave.
No,
Oh, you
but
gotta
I
get some
mean,
people out. Ooh.
whenever you're on any of these reality shows, you get like 4K per episode that you're
Like
on.
you get more money just for being on the show than you will probably from this like money at the end. It's like a bonus.
But like, I'd still rather get that like $100 bonus than nothing.
Oh, it's definitely. I mean, you're gonna get a couple £1,000. Like
Yeah.
Plus all the Instagram followers.
Ooh, you cannot put a price on that.
But-
Wait, actually, you can.
I mean,
they
I'm
do.
saying
Yeah,
You
you
can now. You
You're,
can
you're
now.
on vacation on some weird island for a couple
Mhm.
of weeks. That's cool.
But no one has their phone, so you can't get any like influencers while you're there. It's all like being
They're-
on the show.
Post,
They're getting
yeah.
photos taken by the producers or something. Like that's happening.
Did you see the photo shoot they were doing when they were waiting to be picked up on the island?
No.
No.
Well, they were the
How'd you tune
blonde
that?
girl. What's the blonde girl's name?
Holly.
Holly. While Holly was just like waiting on the rocks, waiting in the water
yeah,
for
yeah,
them
yeah.
to come find her.
I wrote.
She got some glam shots. I'm not worried about it.
I wrote. Keep posing, please.
Yes.
So do you think like while the show's like they're filming it, they just give the producers their Instagram like accounts and they're just like just make us popular because it's to both of their interest, right?
Absolutely.
You're not wrong. Well,
Somebody said
Here's
the
that
thing.
they gave it to their sister to do.
Yeah. one, they gave it to their sister, but the other thing is like they filmed this a couple months before it's actually aired. So you are in charge while it's airing. Like you're not
Yeah.
going to just become popular.
Right.
I think they give
months
you
in
images
advance.
to use once it's being
I'm sure.
released.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Let's talk about Harry. Harry is the last guy to be introduced.
We have not talked about Harry. It's true.
And
But
he
this is
comes
a
with
twist.
He comes with a secret
a twist,
that-
you might say.
tomorrow.
not a turn,
or a
just a
turn,
twist.
or a turn.
No,
Maybe it's
there's
a
no turns. We have no confirmation of any turns, Chris.
Yeah. So he knows that there's going to be like a backyard pick for teams the next day, and he's going to be a captain, and he gets to pick the other captain. And so he's like trying to figure out who he wants on his team. And so
He gets a lot of power for really no reason.
yeah.
Just kind of showing up.
Well, I
late to
mean,
the party.
he did miss a whole day's worth of socializing.
That's
the-
true. He doesn't know these people as well. He's coming
You
in a
know,
little hot.
The single girls cannot be single anymore. You know,
Sorry, what does that mean?
they could be already paired up.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Yeah.
I was with you, Max.
Thank you.
What? I'm sorry. I thought that was pretty obvious. So, they're having fun. They're hanging out. Big T's going to sleep. And she's like, they wake up the next day and she's like, probably her first time ever in a sleeping bag. And she was like, sleeping bag's like a big condom. And when I farted in there.
And I gassed myself.
I gassed myself.
And she references it later,
Yeah.
like it's the first time she's ever farted in front of people.
I couldn't believe she said that.
Definitely.
I thought it was good.
It was good, but a big shocker.
Good character development.
It's definitely
If that's what you want to call it.
It's something an American I don't think would ever say.
No.
This is definitely a British culture, just like being okay with more lewd or like bodily functions, I
This is
guess.
also okay. I am skipping ahead. Later in the show, there's a point where she says, "I'm literally shitting myself."
But she said it like multiple times. I think she
Yeah.
said it at least 2 or 3
It was
times.
So funny.
And it seemed very real.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
There's only one, to be clear, too. This was a big T point of contention. There's only one, like, toilet. I don't know if we actually know if it's a toilet, like a running water toilet. I assume it's just kind of like a hole in the ground or a bucket. But there's one place to
Yeah.
use the restroom
Yep.
on the whole island.
I mean, you could go in the water.
I mean, I think on Survivor they just go out into the ocean.
No, I think they have a toilet.
Okay.
You can't just be shitting in the ocean if you're on the small island. That's going to be a bit like if the
Well,
Oregon
I
Trail has taught
mean,
me
I
anything.
didn't mean you could go poop in the water. You,
You
can
think
go
they
pee
have
in
a
that
toilet
water.
on Survivor?
Yeah.
Now I have to look this up later.
I don't know. I don't believe me.
I mean, like, that's just
everyone
like
at
the first
home
rule
go
of
look it
camping
up
is
if you want to
like,
know. I don't know.
don't shit where you eat. Like that's just the general life rule.
Max, go look it up.
Well, I thought they would like go in the woods, not in the water.
Right, but you got to watch too. Like you can't have it too close to the campsite.
Yeah.
You're gonna attract things.
Not
you're gonna
many
be smells,
people.
It's gonna be real
Yeah.
Yeah,
kind of gross.
I am pretty sure that they have.
I think there's some survival things here. I don't know if we can make it on Team Tiger or Shark
No.
Island.
Also, at some point, Big T made and somebody else made skirts, and then they called them Bush Couture.
Yep.
And Max was like, "You've never seen booty shorts with couture on the back of them?" And I'm like,
Juicy
"No,
couture.
I've never seen couture written on anyone's butt. I've seen juicy.
He got it right though. You asked him how to spell it, and he nailed it.
It's true. They did spell it correctly, but I've yet to see these shorts. So tweet at us pictures of couture shorts.
Stop trying to get butt pics.
Trying to get butt pics.
I'm trying to
yeah.
get some butt pics. Send me a picture of your butt in a couture booty short. That's what I want.
All right, Chris, I have
Those
a
things are getting-
little survivor
that's your
knowledge
turn
for
right
you
there.
if you're interested.
Sure.
I'm going to read you one paragraph. On season 38 of Survivor, I spent 38 days competing against strangers on an island in Fiji. The weirdest part by far was going number 2. There are no bathrooms and no toilet paper. Our tribe designated a small cove on the island as the bathroom area. Every morning, thousands of minnows would flood into the cove pushed by the currents.
What?
So they were pooping in the water.
Yes.
Ugh.
And it led to some problems as expected.
Yeah. I don't think I'd want to you want to poop
No.
outside the water, but then you could clean up inside the water.
If
That
you
seems
Google
gotta dig a
Survivor
hole.
toilets, there's a bajillion articles about this.
All right, there you have it.
Thank you, Max.
Thanks, Max.
Happy to help.
So then we have this backyard pick between Harry and Tom. So
But importantly, there's an odd number of people.
it's true.
There's an implication.
There's 9 people total.
Everyone thinks they're going to get eliminated if they're not picked.
I thought you
Which-
said nipplecation. Not gonna lie.
I did not, but that's a good
That-
point.
No, he said it. It sounded like it, but we can talk about Liv's.
We'll talk about it when we get to Liv. So Tom gets a pick first because he didn't know this was going to happen. So he picks Kush. Obviously, you want the party guy.
Mhm.
Kush is a party
Self-proclaimed.
guy. Good choice. Good choice.
Good choice. Then Harry picks Chris. I don't know if that's a good pick.
I think he picked for survivory stuff, not for popularity stuff. Chris is fine.
I mean, he's fine, but he's gay. He's not pulling in the women. The honey potting
Okay.
is limited.
Here's the thing.
Hmm.
For the sake of the game, could he just stay in the closet to attract women
Well,
to the
people,
crew?
He already-
this is a British show. I don't think they're the intention is to be yourself generally, not.
You
I'm
also
just
don't
saying,
know
for
who
the
else
sake
is
of the
gonna be
game.
on the show.
Yeah.
Sure, there could be more gay people on the show. So I'm just saying it's
I'm
limited.
just
I
saying,
didn't say it wasn't impossible. I just said it was. It
I'm
was
saying a
limited.
little
Sure, sure,
diversity here could be good for the team.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's possible. It's possible.
Don't know. We don't know. Could be anything.
Could be.
I think Chris seems like a fun guy. As this host of this music festival thing. Got to see what music festival this thing is though.
Yeah, we need
Really
to look into
suspicious,
that.
unnamed music festival.
Gathering of the
Definitely-
Juggalos.
No, people generally seem to like him on the show. I thought. Right?
Yeah.
On the show,
Fire
yeah,
Festival?
yeah.
So he doesn't seem like a bad
I'm,
pick.
I didn't say he was
Good pick.
bad. I was just saying I would have chosen somebody.
He wouldn't have been my first choice.
Okay,
Yeah,
at
that's
the
so-
end we'll have to say who our first
Yeah,
choice
yeah,
would
yeah,
have
yeah.
been.
Okay, then we get Tom picks Emma, which we were surprised. I
Weird
think.
choice.
I think they're
I
gonna
think-
fight.
Yeah.
I think
I
they're
think this
gonna
was
fight.
a bit on Do you think Tom is into Emma a little bit?
I think so.
That was my.
They kind
suspicion.
of were flirting about. Was it about the tattoos?
Mhm.
Or
Yep.
was that a different guy?
And then-
She asked
No,
him about
that's
the
right.
LL tattoo
Okay,
on his
yeah.
ankle, and she's like, "Cool story, bro," and then walked away.
walked away.
Yeah, and Emma didn't like the tattoos. Oh, yeah.
Well, it was kind of a lame story. He's like, "Is this his friend's initials or something dumb?" Right?
I don't remember.
I don't think
Something
he even
real
explained.
He didn't
interesting.
explain it. I wasn't sure if it was something well known that I just didn't get.
Then we get Harry picks Holly.
Very surprising.
Very-
She hasn't said much of anything on the show.
she's the one that I'm like, I have no idea who you
Yeah.
Yeah.
are. Then Tom picks Carly, which I thought was
Kalia?
Kalia.
Why did?
Yeah.
Oh, that was probably an autocorrect. Sorry. I was really surprised that she was picked last because it seemed like they were getting along.
hmm
Yeah.
Right? Am I wrong?
No,
they-
I thought she was trying to do things and keep up with everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was surprising as a fourth pick. Then we got Harry picks Liv.
Leaving Big T.
Right. So it came down to the all important fight between Liv and Big T.
Yep.
With
Do
the
you-
implication being somebody's going home.
Yeah.
And Big T was literally shitting herself,
Yep.
waiting.
Do you think that Liv was picked because of her top here? Courtney, can you explain this top for everyone?
I don't
that
even
didn't
know
see
if I can explain it. It
Max,
was
can you explain the top?
Okay, imagine a bikini that the top is mostly see-through, except with one
little
like-
triangle.
what?
It had like a little triangle.
Yeah, like a strip that just covers like the nipple and that's it, or the areola and that's it.
But you could still see it.
Oh yeah, it was very visible.
Very visible.
It's the UK. They have different standards there,
I mean, they literally have show where people are naked on TV. Like,
and afraid. No,
no, they're not afraid. They're
I know.
literally uncensored. Naked Attraction. Go find our podcast.
great show. Would
good.
recommend.
I don't know if the show was great, but the podcast was great. Highly recommend.
Naked Dragon, there's also Dating Naked, right?
Oh yeah, I think that was not British though.
No, that's not British. No, Naked Attraction was unique because like it's fully uncensored.
It was fully, oh yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's very interesting dating show.
Not
So
maybe recommended for an airplane. Unless you're in Britain.
don't
Can you
do
watch that
not-
show on a British airline? Like, what's the
no,
word on
you
that?
cannot watch that show on an airline.
This is bad.
Don't watch that on an airplane.
Give it a shot. Max, you're going on an airplane, right?
No, I'm driving cross country.
Driving.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. I can't do it, so.
James got something fresh off the press. Chris's music festival is called Strawberries and Cream. Now,
Strawberries
personally,
and cream.
I'm a little lad who loves berries and cream.
That's also a great quote.
Nice.
Where is Strawberries and Cream held?
Probably the UK. I don't fucking know.
What you were supposed to know the deets, dude.
There's a lot of
you
deets.
looked
So
it up.
Cream is like his buddy's.
Really gave up quickly.
Oh, Brian's
hit me.
got it.
Yeah.
Brian's
So
got it.
Cream is like his buddy's nightclub, and then they started this like music festival, and so they really lucked out because at not becoming a fire festival by not having any overhead for the first couple of years.
Dude,
And then-
James, they booked fucking Skepta.
They booked Skepta right on the peak, and that was what put them on the map. So like, lucky them, they got a break, and now it's making bank.
So
Yo, Skepta,
where is
shout
this?
out to Skepta. Great UK rapper. Came to town Seattle once. That was like just before the pandemic and all that. Great show though. Highly recommend. Quick shout out. Sorry.
There you go. I had no idea who that was.
Tweet at us.
So tweet at us if you love Skepta.
Chris also said that he was the drunkest person during the first year.
Chris said that.
Yes.
But did you give us where it was?
No.
Okay, that's our biggest question.
I believe it's in Manchester.
Yeah, I mean, assume it's in the UK somewhere.
After first year, we decided to do a garden party to fit in with Cambridge May Week.
Cambridge, Manchester.
Cambridge.
Nobody
Same,
gives a shit.
same thing. All right. So Big T does not actually get eliminated. She is the one that decides who's in the lead of this popularity contest, and she picks the Sharks, which was
'Cause-
surprising to us because it seemed like Liv and her were getting,
They were friends again.
they seem to be pretty
Yeah,
buddy
but the
buddy.
lead like really like threw her to the Sharks. One might say threw her to the Wolves. I don't know. Just like she wasn't between the last pick. I wouldn't want to go to that team.
Yeah, it also seemed like Big T did not want to deal with Harry at all. Like they didn't talk. There was like a point they made, so maybe we shouldn't have been surprised that Harry and Big T didn't really get to know each other that much. So
Go and swim with the Sharks.
yeah, gonna go hang out with the Shock team.
And we didn't get to see Shark Island.
Nope.
No.
Sister Island. Unexplored.
It does feel weird because the people are coming. And you don't have a chance to set up your area at all.
Yeah.
You're screwed.
Maybe it's a baller islands in comparison.
I was questioning on this, like, if you were sitting, like, let's say in Big T's or any of the shoes that you weren't the captain of, right? And you're wondering, like, who's going to pick me? Part of you knows what's on Tiger Island, right? Not a whole heck of a lot, but you know what it is. But then there's the unknown. What could be on Shark Island? Anything could be on Shark Island.
I feel like it can't be worse.
They could have a water slide.
Right, there could be a
Water
water slide. Yeah.
slide?
There could be
There
a
could be
tiki hut.
better beds. Who knows?
Could be a mansion over there. What
I
if there's
love
a party
that
house?
water slide was the first thing that came to your mind.
Oh yeah, you want a water slide on this island?
I want a water slide.
100%.
So which way would you go? If you the unknown or take what you know? If you didn't have to choose the people.
Unknown.
Really think it depends on the people that are on the other side. If I had
Yeah.
a beef with one of them, I'm just like, I'm leaving.
Yeah, the
I
people
couldn't-
is very important, but if they're out of the equation, the unknown.
So between this, if I was Big T, I think I'd pick Sharks too. I mean, Kush seems very fun. Emma seemed fun. Like, other than the Tom Emma relationship, which
I thought you barely
I
remembered
thought
Emma.
you hated Emma.
I remember now that you guys were talking.
Now you're pro Emma.
Now he's back.
I'm not pro Emma.
Oh
I'm-
no! Dude, that's too far. That was too much.
Too much. Sorry.
I don't know. Leave me alone. Tom though is a real bummer. I don't know, but Harry.
Why
also
are you
seems
hating
kinda-
on Tom?
I was saying no Tom. You're all over the place.
I don't know. He just seems like
Was
He
it
isn't
No
that
Shirt
fun.
Tom?
Tom seems like a basic bitch.
That's why him and the
Man.
other girl are gonna get together.
When Chris was calling no shirt Tom, I feel like there's a whole different. Now he's calling him just Tom. Like,
I know.
It's like negative vibe.
You are switching.
What if we call
every-
him no
I
T-shirt
never.
Tom?
No Shirt
Oh,
Tom was
No
a
Shirt.
great nickname, and I love the nickname. Tom the person, I don't know. I don't know him personally. Just his edit in the show makes him doesn't seem like a very fun person.
He
seems
gets
like
things
he's-
done.
We'll
he's
see.
just not super.
He's
fun.
like by the rules, by the book. He wants to lead, and like what and then you have this other woman that wants to lead. It's just gonna create some drama that I don't need to be involved with.
I think all these people need to get drunk so I can see how fun they are.
Oh, they definitely did that one night.
We
They
didn't
were
see a
not
lot
that
of it,
drunk.
though.
Well, they showed up with a box of unknown alcohol after only eating rice and maybe beans for dinner.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It seemed to be it.
Coconut
took forever.
rice.
Mm. On the next day, they made like some sticky rice and like some tree leaves of some sort.
All right, I think I got 3 questions for everyone here.
Hit
So
me.
if you're at the end and you're Harry, who do you pick to be the captain of the other team? And then which team would you want to be on? Sharks versus Tigers. We already talked a little bit about that, but not everyone answered. And then who would your first pick be if you were Tom or Harry?
Okay. I think we all attack one question at a time. The first one
Yeah.
is, who do you pick as your rival? I would pick the least loved person, which had to be Big T, unfortunately.
I agree. I would
Mhm.
pick Big T as well.
I mean, if we're going just on the show and what we've seen, I think Big T is kind of the other choice.
I was so
I
surprised.
think Tom was the right choice.
No.
Mm.
I
I
mean,
think Tom is the one that doesn't seem to be the most like you want to pick the least welcoming person because I mean I don't know what the previous seasons were like. I have to assume it was the same format where you're trying to pull in the most people.
they have multiple formats. This
Oh.
format, this is the third time they've done this format, Battle of the Islands.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
So they've done this format before though.
Yes.
So like I've
Is it
seen the
always a
show.
popularity contest.
I don't know.
And you've seen the show, maybe you don't know. This is a possibility. And I think that Tom, he might be thinking the wrong way about like he's thinking about survival and not necessarily about picking the right social people to be on your team. I don't think that's what happened, but I think that Tom would have been my first choice.
Okay.
I mean, Tom did
Look.
rub him kind of wrong, like showing off with some of his inventions and like how to do stuff and unwanted tips and the like.
Oh, they seemed good tips though. So
They did seem like a great tip. Can we discuss the spear invention
go
that this guy
ahead,
pulled
yeah.
out?
He
So
crushed him.
so was it Harry is like he's got like a machete and he's got like a big stick and he's kind of carving it up,
Machete.
making slicing it down to a nice spear, right? To do some fishing. And along comes our buddy Tom, right? And what does Tom go? He's like, "Oh, hey, bud, unasked advice here, right? Look at this spear. Look how much pointer it is. Look how much stronger it is. Look at this different type of stick that I use. It's so much better than your shitty little stick." He didn't say all that, but he implied it. And then he's like, "But wait, there's more. Guess what? There's more." So when you throw the spear, he's attached like a little like rope or a little string to at the end of it and attached it to his wrist. So you can never lose the spear. So you get the fish, you just pull it back up, boom, you've gone fishing.
Going spearfishing. Definitely somebody that's been spearfishing for, I think.
Mhm.
And it's like, oh, this is really useful. Make it this way. And then
Okay,
Harry
but-
was like, I don't want any of this.
Here's the thing. Tom, very reasonable here. If I knew I was going on some abandoned island TV show, I would look up how to do some fucking spearfishing. I would look up how do I make a fire.
It also could be the fact that Harry just didn't have the time to do any of that because he was just building his, but his wasn't very straight. So, I don't know. Harry might be the other unsociable person. Like he rubs me the wrong way sometimes, especially with this Tom. Tom's just trying to help.
Yeah.
He's not being a dick about anything from what I could tell.
It didn't seem that way, yeah.
And Harry thinks he's a dick.
He's not being a dick. He's like mansplaining almost.
Yeah.
Like I get the aversion to it, but also I would be worried if it were a pattern, and I don't think it was a pattern yet.
Yeah. Who knows? Who would your first pick? Brian, did you answer the last question?
It's Big T.
Okay. Who would your first pick be, Brian?
I think if I'm going for like party mode, it'd probably have to be like Holly. Or maybe Emma.
Okay. Max, what do you got?
Kush. Good choice.
Courtney?
That's who I would pick too.
Great choice, Courtney.
Yes. He
Jamie
just
with a
seems
K.
so happy and fun.
Oh yeah.
I know. Me and him have to match. We'd be the K team.
Team K. No, I mean definitely on Team Kush here. Like Kush just seems like he's bringing the energy, he's bringing the fun. The dude just seems like he bleeds excitement.
He's the
and,
CEO
like,
of fun,
right?
or whatever.
He's Captain Fun. I don't know.
Something rubs me the wrong way about saying the CEO
Director
of Fun,
of
though.
Director of Fun.
Director.
Still, that title's just garbage.
Here's the thing with Director of Fun. It sounds like, okay, did you guys ever live in a dorm?
Yeah.
You know how RAs are like, oh, I'm so fun. Everybody loves hanging out with RAs, and no, they always suck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the feel I get from Director of Fun.
Agreed.
If you have to brand yourself Director of Fun, there's no way you're that fun. But Kush, maybe that fun.
He seems like he's got it.
Good guy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, infectiously fun. That was what I said earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Boom.
Kush is a good pick, but to be contrarian, I'm gonna go with Kalia.
Kalia.
You've got her
Really?
name wrong every time.
I really need to write the right name in my notes in the right spot. I think that my strategy might turn out to be pick mostly the hottest girls, and then I'm there. Then
It's not a bad strategy, but also you gotta get some hot guys in there too. Like you don't know who's gonna show up.
Right, but that's second pick.
Fair, yeah.
yeah. I
You said
think
first.
that the strategy would be pick the hottest people that wouldn't hate each other.
Sure, that seems fine. I get it. I get it.
Was that Harry's strategy? Because he picked Holly followed by Chris, right?
No, Chris, Holly,
Chris.
then Liv.
Chris, Holly. Okay, so kind of your theory,
I
but
mean,
slightly
he
reversed.
could have been going that route, but I feel he had the choice between if he was going to go for a hot guy, all he had was Kush or Chris, and Chris is but he couldn't choose.
I think he drafted a pretty strong team.
Yeah.
he couldn't get Kush. Kush was already gone, so I guess he picked Chris. I don't know. Again, I think the gay thing really throws you off on the hot front, but who knows if the next two people are gay? Then you could see what the potential is of that. But I just don't think that's going to happen.
Can we discuss which team we think is better?
Sure.
Currently sitting?
Which team do you think is going to win, and which team do you think is going to be better?
Ooh, wins. I think a different angle because I just don't know the longevity thing.
I
mean,
It's
I think-
so
okay,
hard.
I think currently sitting Tiger team's looking better. I think Harry drafted a pretty strong looking team, pretty fun. Doesn't have Kush on it to be counterpointed though, so I don't know.
Mhm.
Go any way. How you guys feeling?
I'm definitely going more Shark here.
Hmm.
I do think that Emma is a weak point on the Shark team, but
But
I
even
think,
then, she's not negative in any way. She's just neutral.
Like some might say Big T is. At least currently on episode 1, seems more villainesque.
Seems less likely to make good connections with people, unfortunately.
but Big T seemed to be oh, we're here to have fun, blah blah, let's do it, and Liv was this Big T person, I don't like Big T, and who knows what else comes along, and she just doesn't like the person for whatever reason.
Mm.
I don't think anyone other than Tom and Emma really had any vibes that seemed off in the edit we saw. So I'm gonna go with the Sharks. They're already winning. I think they're gonna win.
Yeah, the episode 1 bonus is kind of not nothing.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
It's definitely like, why wouldn't I join the winning team? So then we keep winning and then we win.
Now, I do kind of love the concept of like, what if they didn't kick people off? What if they just keep collecting people, and by the end of the show, it's like 20 people on one
Then
team?
it's like, let's be dicks to this next person because we don't want to spend the money between more people. Brian, what about you?
I'm going Tiger. I think that like 4 people, like a tight set, is going to be more poised to like go forward. Like
Yeah, but
I
as
think
soon as you win the next round, as soon as somebody joins you, you're not a type 4 anymore.
that's the thing. Like you're going to be able to build better relationships. I think Big T is going to mess it all up for Sharks.
She could be a liability. You're not wrong.
I think that's how I'm going
Court-
to.
Yeah, that's where you.
Yeah, I think Big T is going to screw it all up, because if I had to join their team, like if I came in next and she was there, I'd probably be pretty pissed.
What about you, Max? But the director of fun, Courtney.
I know. I mean,
Okay.
obviously I want him to win, but I think Big T is going to ruin it.
So I'm deeply concerned, but I will say Big T is one of my favorite additions to the challenge. Maybe she morphs into a more acceptable person on the show. I don't really know. I don't feel strongly about one versus the other, but given that they have a boost, and they have Kush, and they have Big T, who I like, it's got to be Sharks.
All right, tweet at us with your selection at Who Put This On.
Yeah.
Speaking of, who's the worst human being? Max, what do you got for me?
Milk.
Brian, what do you got for me?
It has to be Big T. Like she does not come off good in this.
I mean, the whole mermaid thing makes it seem.
I don't think it was even that. Like
think it's
that's stupid stuff. But like she's just been like acting hoity-toity the entire time.
I think the edit makes her look way worse than she actually is.
Probably, but right now, as she's portrayed, she's the worst human being. I know her from the challenge, and I think she's a better human being. But
James, do you agree?
That Big T, no.
Who do you
I'm
think?
countering.
Well, what's your
Because
counter?
I think Big T's gonna. I'm on with Max. I think Big T's gonna pull through in the season and morph. But here's where I'm going. I think it's Liv, because I think while initially she comes across positive, she actually kind of is the one that like got a bit heated, turned up the heat. It was just arguing about like
I agree.
meaningless shit.
I
And you're like,
agree.
you're really the one causing all this shit and like stirring it all up and getting like all agitated. I feel like she was actually kind of the root of the problem.
what? But Big T actually said the comment that started it. How can you like say that like she's like stirring it up with that?
Okay, in her defense, she said to somebody saying, "I believe in mermaids," she said, "That's dumb," which is correct and true.
But the way she said it,
That she said
With the
that's
music,
absolutely
though.
fucking
yeah,
dumb.
the music really made it.
The
Yeah,
music
that's what
edit.
she said. And then she said, "What'd you say?" She said, "That's dumb."
James, I have a question for you. Does the bathing suit at the end plus or minus for your
Oh my
worst
gosh.
human
Oh,
being pick?
man, I hadn't considered that in terms of the factor. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of a lack thereof. I don't know. I guess it depends what you're going for. If you're trying to watch a show in an airplane, I guess it's negative. But if you're into that kind of thing,
No,
it's a
I'm just
positive.
mean like how does it rank in this worst human being? Is it a like
Does it help or
does
hurt?
it make her worse or does it make her better?
I think my statement holds true. It depends where you're trying to watch the show. Maybe.
James, I love how specific that scenario is.
Yeah.
That's great.
Cordy, who do you think the worst human being is in this show?
In the show.
In this episode?
I think I had to clarify that.
Well, that we're clarifying for the audience. too. We're not talking about like
Courtney's gonna spill the tea.
Do you want to air some grievances though?
Yeah.
Like, feel free.
Hold on,
like
guys.
we're not
It's been
talking
a-
about like
been a long
Fidel
day.
Castro or like Bolsonaro or like Stalin. Like we're talking about the 9 people on the show you met.
I think Big T. I really didn't like her at all.
Yeah, I ain't gonna.
Understandable.
I'm gonna agree with the Big T. I see how she's in the challenge, and she seems like a very reasonable human being. But the edit of the show makes her seem very unreasonable. But I can't tell if it's bad or good about the farting and the sleeping bag. Like, it just sets a weird tone for her character. But she definitely seems a little more out of it, like not helping, not like being part of the team. Not. I would obviously say what she said at the campfire, but but she is the one that like was negative about it. which I agree that they've probably instigated a little bit more than she needed to. But Big T for this episode, I agree. So Big T it is. She wins. There's no host. There is like an announcer. I don't know who that person is. So whatever. Nothing
Okay.
to really talk about.
I feel like we've heard this like female voiceover before, though, in like another British show.
I will say I wrote down a note about the announcer, and I wrote down the announcer sounds like she can get it.
Yeah, what?
It. That is amazing, Max. It was narrated by Vic Hope. As a British TV and radio presenter, journalist, and published author. Sounds like a downgrade.
I gotta pay attention more because I don't even remember hearing this voice.
It mostly came up when they were coming in on the votes.
Okay.
Yeah, there wasn't
Oh.
a whole lot.
Update. Yeah, I was correct.
She got it.
She got it.
That is amazing. Anyone have any minutia to bring up? Okay, let's move on. What do you think the production schedule of the show is?
15 days.
15 days? There's 15 episodes, guys.
You read us the article in the beginning of the show
What article?
on the production schedule of the show. Did you not?
No.
I really could have swore you did.
Somebody
Wasn't-
definitely said 15 days with some skips here and there.
Yeah.
Right.
No, that's how many days in a row they aired the episodes. It's not how they.
Oh.
okay.
That
Well,
was not what I heard. Sorry.
So also during
So they
the show,
aired it from January 28th to February 10th
Oh.
or something in a row.
Okay.
well, that's
that-
wild. That's a totally different thing.
Okay.
The what? That's what?
I mean,
How is a show filmed in 15? There's 15 episodes,
no?
and each
but,
day gets 2 days at least.
But Love Island literally works on that schedule of one day of stuff happens, and they somehow make a 45-minute episode out of it.
Oh, I see
Wow.
what
That-
your statement was.
Yes.
Because I think Love Island does the same thing where they film and they have them back to back to back to back.
Correct. They have 6 episodes a week of 6 to 7 days of action, which is wild.
Yeah.
Also, there is another thing, which is on the show they make some comments of this is where the Islanders think they will spend their upcoming months.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think
Right?
that this is a long show. 15 episodes. So with like
It could be
minimum
like-
2 days per episode.
Yeah, it could be a month or two.
Yeah.
I could see
Yeah.
that.
Seems like a fun party. But do
Yeah.
you think these people could really be away from the Instagram accounts for 2 months?
They got shit lined up. Don't worry.
His sister's got it.
They're all getting it, Chris.
Yeah.
Would this show be better as a Quibi?
How would it work?
I don't
I
think
don't
you
know,
can get that much in.
Yeah. No.
Like-
I think potentially.
How about this? Would it be better as a Quibi, or what would the Quibi format be?
Oh, I like that twist on.
You definitely have to explain how the hell this show gets turned into a Quibi because I don't see it.
Okay, here is my proposal for the Quibi format. I can't explain how the first episode would work, but future episodes would be 5 minutes introducing one new incoming person, 5 minutes introducing the other incoming person, 5 minutes them at one camp, 5 minutes them at another camp,
What
5
do you-
minutes.
Oh, that's not a Quibi. That's just a 20-minute show.
Yeah, that's Quibi, dude.
That's not
They
the
just
spirit,
gave up on
that's
the
not
Quibi
the
format.
spirit of the question.
Isn't Quibi only a 5-minute
It's like
episode?
I would say 8-minute episode. What could you turn
So
this?
yours is going to be 300 episodes?
Yeah, you know they took literal movies and just split them up into 5 to 6 minute clips.
Yeah,
Why?
but
Wow.
that's not the spirit of the question, Max, and you know that.
Quibi's dead, right?
Quibi's part
Quibi are
of
Roku
the-
originals now. If you want to watch any Quibis,
Oh, okay.
if you go listen to our Quibi episode, you can watch them on Roku.
That was a hell of a Quibi plug. Like, Quibi better be, pay us some
Meg
moolah.
Whitman.
Give us
Pay
that
me.
money.
Roku original, pay us some money.
Roku.
Quibi's got no money.
Damn it, Quibi's dead. No, they're not dead. They're Netflix originals. Shit, not
No,
Netflix.
it's Roku.
Roku's. Screw
Well,
Netflix.
you just
They're not-
lost your.
Damn it.
I mean, I think you could do a fun like dance battle between like you have like a team of 3 and a team of 3, and they dance battle, and somebody picks what team they want to be on, and then next week they like some sort of maybe not a dance battle that time, like something like fun that they do to try to choose between 2 different sides.
Okay,
Would be the Quibi format. I think you could do.
Chris, a thing you just said made a bunch of neurons fire in my brain. In the West Side Story, when they have the thing where they're snapping at each other, what are the 2 sides called? Because one of them is like the Sharks or something.
and the Jets.
Yeah, okay. So that's what the 2 islands should have been called.
Yeah. All right. What is the show's parents? Which shows inspired this show? Obviously, we got Love Island, right?
Sure.
Got some Survivor going on in here, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think I've ever seen this format of like trying to gain the most popularity.
Yeah.
No, we talked about the circle, but this is more
This
group.
predates it. I
Yeah.
feel.
Yeah, I mean, this is the 9th series, and they like some British thing where they bring it back every 6 years or something.
Yeah.
So
Is this an ancestor, like a parent of the circle?
Oh, it might be so
Mm.
far back that this could be at the top of the list. I think it's
the thing is, the circle was a thing before the Netflix one.
Well, which came first?
Yeah, like that's what I'm looking right now because like it was all over the world. Like they have it like Circle France, Circle Brazil.
Give me a year. This was like what, 2011? Shipwrecked.
Shipwrecked premiered in 1999.
Oh,
Wait,
Well,
what?
well, there's also like different formats of Shipwreck too.
Yeah. So, well, that's
What, like to be clear, shipwrecked and popularity content. Like that's the important element of the.
I don't know. I'm
Mechanic.
looking at Wikipedia.
Yeah, man, it is a rough night for us not to have the internet
Yeah,
corner on hand.
Yeah.
we're-
Yeah,
Mr. Internet Corner, if you're out there, miss you, need you, buddy.
There was also a rival reality show, Castaway 2000.
Oh shit, we gotta watch it.
yep.
That
They were
sounds vaguely
stranded.
familiar.
The
We've
original,
watched
like,
Castaway or something like.
Do you mean the movie
The
with
movie?
Tom
Not that
Hanks?
movie. No, like there's like a show, like a competitive reality show. I swear that we've done it. No, maybe I've seen this show. and I've forgotten about it.
James watched it all already.
Anything's possible.
the original format seems way more apt for the Shipwreck name. So the format saw 16, 18 to 24-year-olds stranded on a Cook Island, Motoracao, for 68 days and 67 nights when they were eventually picked up by a sailing boat.
Oh, so it's much more Survivor.
Yeah. It's much more probably
Weird.
based on the book. What's that book called?
Castaway
No.
with Tom Hanks.
Old Man in the Sea.
No, where all the kids were left on the island.
Battle Royale.
It's
Lord of the
yes.
Flies.
Squid Game.
Lord of the Flies. That's it.
This is getting weird.
Yeah, it's we're getting into the woods here. All right, let's do.
Getting into the woods. What
Yeah,
happens
into
in
the
the
woods.
woods?
We're getting in the woods. Let's go to some drinking rules. We gotta get some drinking rules for this game.
Okay.
Oh
and,
man,
and I think
there's so many new things.
the hard mode for you out there, if you really want it, you really need it, is anytime you see somebody without a shirt on, take a drink.
Wait, does like as an actual what if it's like a vest with an open button, no sleeves? Does that count
No.
or no count?
That he's wearing a shirt.
Okay.
It's got it. Not
No shirt.
It's not a
No top.
Can you see their abs?
No top.
It is a
What
no
about?
shirt.
Can you
Okay,
see their nipples?
What about Liv? Yeah.
I think Courtney's on his line.
I think
it's the
Liv
nipples.
counts.
Oh,
You
you
can see
the
nipples. You can see nipples. That counts.
Well, then the open
Okay,
shirt thing.
But then, do we
That's a great
count
drinking
a
rule. If you
drink
see
for each
nipples,
nipple,
drink.
or
On women, if you see nipples, guy has to be completely topless.
Okay.
Double hard mode is every time you see every nipple.
Yeah,
you
if
drink.
you really want to set yourself up for like a power hour situation, you
Every
can go
nipple.
with every time you see nipples because that's gonna be rough. Brian, what do you got?
And here I thought it was gonna be hard mode when I said every time you hear the word shark or tiger.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's hard mode. Not as hard.
Not as hard in mode. Like nipples are everywhere in the show.
Max.
Every time you see like a close shot of a butt, take a drink.
Courtney, what do you think?
mine is gonna be anytime you see them doing their makeup or touching up their
Oh,
hair.
that's good. That's good.
That's good.
What if they're doing their makeup and you see their nipples?
I think that's a double.
James, what do you got?
I'm gonna go. Some of these are gonna be pretty hammered, so I'm gonna give you a little bit of an easier mode one here.
Okay.
Every time you hear the announcer voiceover person,
Oh,
have a
okay.
cheers.
Every time someone can get it, take a drink.
Every time someone gets it, take a drink. Sure.
I think a good one would be anytime while people are kissing or boom booming, drink.
Man, we didn't get there yet.
Did you
It'll
see how thin those mattresses are?
I thought they were just.
It's
sleeping in a
not going to
sleeping
stop
bag.
people, okay? Max, there's some boom boom happening on the show, I promise you.
Probably.
But I'm sure there's going to be some
Okay,
kissing.
who is the first, you think?
That's a good question. That's a great question to add it to the questions list.
I
Who's
think,
going to hook
Yes.
up first?
I second the motion.
All right, we'll add it to the list. I think Chris and a new guy.
Okay.
Ooh.
I think that because guys are coming next.
Man, you're flip flopping all over the place
I
on
know.
this show.
I
Oh,
cannot keep up
he's
with
right
you.
because the women outnumber the men
Yeah.
currently.
Well, they showed the next
Oh,
episode.
yeah, you're right.
Brian, who do you think's going to hook up first?
Ooh, I think Liv is thirsty. So
Mhm.
but I don't
Liv
know,
is thirsty.
but I don't know with who.
I mean, you
I
get-
think it's gonna be like one of the new guys.
Okay. What about you, Max?
I second Liv. I'm going to say it's with Harry? I feel
Harry?
very confident about that.
We can tell. We
The
can tell.
Hobgoblin?
Yeah.
Courtney, what about you?
I think I'm going to get wild and go with Tom and Emma.
Oh, that's a good
It's a
pick.
good guess. Good guess.
James, what about you?
My guess. So I like Courtney's guess, but I'm gonna challenge Max's guess. I'm gonna say Harry and Holly.
Sure.
Mm.
I haven't
see which
seen
way it
any of her
goes.
personality, so I can't say one way or the other.
I agree. So it's a roll of the die.
Yep.
All right, let's get into our final and favorite question. Stack rank. We do ratings, so we do a stack ranking system of top, middle, bottom, third compared to other reality shows. Brian, what's your rating?
I'm putting it bottom of the top. I was really happy with this and the positive nature of so far of like just get party mode going is much more entertaining than most reality shows where it's just cutthroat.
Max, what do you got for me?
Middle third, but top of the middle. I rather enjoyed it, and I think I might watch more, unfortunately, and I might bump it up to the top.
This is the second week you've said I might watch more and put it in the middle third. I'm telling you, Harrison would be very upset with you.
I'm not happy with them right now either. This is not okay.
Do you think it should go in the top?
Well, by the criteria, some of our
This
criteria
is not
differ,
a
I
criteria
know.
that everyone on the
No.
podcast goes by.
This- But like when you're just like leaving it, and you're like, man, I'm really excited to watch some more.
Well,
Well, you didn't say really
no-
excited. You said
no.
maybe. Okay,
Here's-
I will
I-
give it to him.
I'm going to clarify a little bit more. The episode we watched did not really explain the format of the rest of the show, I think.
Mhm.
And that's why I cannot wholeheartedly give it a yes. It's a
Courtney,
maybe.
What do you got? What do you got, Courtney?
Okay. So I think every time I've been on the show, I said top.
That's
But
fine.
it's fine.
Is that okay?
Maybe we just pick good shows for you.
I think so.
Maybe you. pick
Although
the
last
shows.
time I said I would watch the rest of that Harry show, the Prince show, and
Oh.
I didn't.
Wait. Is this an update to that rating?
No.
Do you want to
No,
downgrade that one?
It's too late now. Season's closed.
Okay.
Season's closed.
We'll secretly downgrade that one and put this one up.
Yeah. Okay.
I will definitely watch another episode
Hell
because I
yeah.
just need to know.
Who's
How
hooks
it
up, who hooks
works.
up next?
Yeah. The hookups, the prizes, because I want there to be prizes.
Prizes.
Food prizes.
All right, James, what do you got for me?
I thought the show was really fun. I'm gonna put it in the top third. I think it's middle third or middle of the top. Kind of the max point. I'm a little curious. I do want to see like at least one more before I really gotta go like 100%
Mhm.
committed locked in.
Yep.
So like we'll see. But I would definitely like watch more of the show. It was pretty fun. It was to like Brian's point. It was pretty like positive generally. Like the even one drama thing was over relatively in a good amount of time. You had to have something happen. So yeah,
Sure.
I don't know. It was fun. I would recommend it. It was top third.
I'm also gonna put this in the top third. I think it
Wow.
was fun. I think it was
Whoa.
positive.
I'm the lowest rating here.
You are. I think the British nature of this really comes out.
Yep.
I think that Americans get on these shows and it's not about having fun. It's not about hooking up. It's about winning or
Fighting.
hooking up with the most amount of people or fighting the guys. And it's like here everyone's just like we're on this thing. I mean, we're trying to win. We're also just like here, drink, and have fun. And that's a great attitude to have. And I love it. Well, I love that attitude. This show is fine. Like, it's not a strong top third.
I mean,
But-
now that I think about it, hooking up the most or fighting the most people is American culture. So
Mhm.
Yeah,
no,
that makes
I
sense.
know. I'm not saying that like it's, I'm just saying if an American show did something like this,
Yeah,
that's what it would be. And like the shows that they have kind of set up, like they don't do popularity contests because it wouldn't work.
Yep.
It just wouldn't work.
Yep.
And one
James.
more very minute detail that we forgot to mention,
We
which
have-
also makes the show great. Like visually, it's a very good looking show.
Oh yeah,
And we didn't mention the color of the water. The color of the water is amazing. I just gotta mention it. It's so
Phenomenal.
good to look at.
really want to be there. Right?
And really, it's a great looking island. Like
Mhm.
it does not look like it's not like an inhabited island, but like you know what I mean. Like it just looks like it looks very
inviting.
pristine, very inviting,
What do
very
you mean?
friendly.
There are
good
people
colors.
on the island.
Right.
Chris. I say this as somebody who was just in Hawaii. This is some good looking water.
Yeah, that's fair. Should get into some shout outs. So last week I shouted out Midnight Mass. This week I'm going to re-shout out Midnight Mass.
Okay.
Saw the whole show. It is very good. Definitely a slow burn. Got a lot of Stephen King vibes to it. A lot of monologues, which I enjoyed, but people seem to not like. But anyway, really enjoy it. It's very Halloween time to do it. Brian, got a shout out this week?
Watch some more Baking Impossible, and it's good. I'm probably gonna finish it off, but I'm also irritated that the challenges are too hard.
Yeah. One thing about Baking Impossible that I didn't talk about last week is that I think I like the show more because there's actually engineering involved, and there's no engineering shows. There's no like Mythbusters is gone. There's no Junkyard Wars.
We gotta watch Junkyard Wars.
Yeah, we gotta do Junkyard Wars. But like that, I think that really elevates that show way more than it didn't clarify last week.
Yeah.
But I did start the second episode, and the challenge seems super hard. I was like, "What are you doing?"
That
Hmm.
it's too much for like the time given, like, and just crazily like doing this first time,
Like
no way.
no one's ever done what they're doing on the show before, so it is a little excessive.
Mhm.
Max, you got a shout out this week?
Yeah, a couple episodes ago, I recommended Money Heist, and then the episode after that, I de-recommended Money Heist. Now I'm
We have a
bumping it
Money
up to a
Heist again?
neutral Money Heist. So season 1, good. Season 2, bad. I'm currently on season 4, and it's up to a neutral. So don't go out of your way to watch it, but it's
really selling it.
fine. Yeah,
Courtney, you have a shout out this week.
Does it have to be a reality or?
No.
it can be anything.
This is your time to share anything you want.
Okay, I just finished the newest season of You, and
Ooh,
I'm
yeah.
obsessed, and I might have to rewatch.
That is really impressive because it came out on Friday, and there's
Yeah.
like 8 or 10 episodes.
I think there was 10.
You,
Zach and I binged it all weekend.
I've definitely binged previous seasons of You. It's trashy. It's so much fun.
Yeah, the season had a lot of sex, so don't watch it on a plane. But
I like this new razor that we have. It's good.
It's like a CW show. If a CW show is done really well.
I believe it was originally on
Wait.
Hallmark Channel,
what?
and then it was canceled, and then Netflix picked it up.
That doesn't surprise me.
And then
actually.
added a bunch of sex, or was it always that? I don't know. So
I
what is
mean-
the show about?
The show is about this guy.
It's about a
and-
stalker.
A
He's
stalker,
really
yeah.
into
It's
this
really about
girl
the
and wants to
stalker.
make her his.
and it goes a really good stalker. It seems
Yes.
like it goes to places you've never thought it would go. It's like a twist and turn soap opera esque
Thriller.
Mm.
It's
Yeah.
good. I don't really like scary stuff. This is like as scary as I can go, but I like it.
In a way, it reminds me of early Dexter almost.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the level we're talking about, James. James, got a shout out this week.
Well, I'm a little bit behind, but I'm catching up. I did finish Below Deck Mediterranean, the latest season, which was one of the better seasons, I think, all up. Like,
Mm.
definitely one of the more recommended ones. The crew, I've never seen this before. Get this. So after the season ends, you know how normally everybody parts their ways and does whatever? Not this crew. They're so tight and all buds now because all the, like, Cruft have left. They're like, let's go to Split. I don't know where Split is, but it seems like it'd be a
Croatia.
part- Yeah, there you go. So they're like, they'll all go to Split together. And then there's a post, like, credit follow-up where they're like, the producer's like, so what happened at Split? And they're like, what happened at Split stays in Split. And it was like all this big mystery and whatever. Who really knows? But it seemed like just for the show, you never see like that group go off separate from the show
Yeah.
and like continue to hang out. So that was just kind of neat.
That's cool. I love that.
But was this a COVID production?
Yeah.
So
I mean, like definitely there were scenes on the boats. It seems like they were in Croatia mostly, but like they would do like nights out and dinners and stuff, and like they would typically wear masks from the boat to the wherever, have dinner or do whatever, that kind of thing. They didn't go out to any bars though. So like that is one thing that is lacking. All the drinking happened on the boat. Also, a lot of drinking related injuries happened this season because people got real swasty.
You may have sold me.
It's a pretty solid one.
I have one last anti shout out. I watched the next episode of Naked and Afraid of Love. Didn't get any better.
Okay.
Don't watch that show.
You sound so sad.
Just the nakedness kind of brings me in, and then the blurs bring me out, and then the show just really pulls me far out. So
The format was really bad.
I thought that like now that they were more together, it would like the format issue wouldn't be that much of an issue, and it is, because now people are still like, oh, I want to find the next hot guy, so now they're looking to the next camp.
Yeah.
And it's just like hook up already. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right.
You've heard it. Hook up already.
All right. Tweet at us for any of the questions we asked tonight. We'd love to have your answers at Who Put This On. You can also reach out to us on Facebook.com/Who Put This On. You can email us questions and suggestions at whoputthison@gmail.com. And next week, we're going to be doing the Netflix WWE Undertaker interactive for Halloween. So if you want to do that and follow along, you're welcome to do that.
Respectfully, what the fuck is that?
You'll find out next
Okay.
week, Max. All right. We'll see you then.
Hello and welcome to Movie Phone.
Dude, for a show about Shipwrecked, there's no ships. Like, you see, like, what, 5 ships?
It was not a lot of ships. There was a
No wrecks.
small amount of ships and
Absolutely
wrecks.
no wrecks.
What about getting shipwrecked?